Hello everyone, my name is Rurikhan and I'm here with TGN.TV and this is Rift. So I haven't been really playing Rift during the beta and all that stuff because I've been busy with a whole bunch of other projects with TGN.TV, and recently, however, I started playing a Dwarf Warrior on the European realms. And yesterday, as I was playing, I was starting to test record some footage, and I came upon a couple of rifts, and these were actually the first rifts I came up on, and I decided, hell, I'm gonna go ahead and do these rifts, and it really caught my attention, the fact that like every single thing that happens around a rift lets you know the kind of rift it is. Like, for instance, you're looking at this and you can immediately tell, well, that's a fire rift for sure because there's fire all over the place. But also your normal mobs that spawn in that area, they become almost with a fire aura around them, also indicating that there's a rift nearby. Like, for instance, that Silvermane wolf almost looks as if he's burning. Oh yeah, and this thing that I'm doing right here, this is almost like archaeology for Rift, which are these little artifacts that you pick up every now and then. But yeah, I still don't know a whole lot about the game. I just started playing like yesterday, and I got into these rifts, and I just thought the footage was really cool, and I was just testing it out. And I would like to speak a little about the mechanics of the rifts. So the thing I really like about these rifts is you come up on them and the monsters start spawning, objectives show up on your screen, but there's also something, as in you do not have to look for a party necessarily to go to a rift. You can go to a rift, and if anyone is there, you will immediately get a button on the top of your screen saying join public group, unless someone happens to be there as a private group. In which case, you still can participate and you will still get rewards. So it's one of those cases where even if you're not in a group, you can go to a rift, still have fun. You just have to be a little more careful and still get a couple of rewards out of it. And so the whole thing about the rift mechanics is that, in my opinion, you should really just try to go when there's public groups, because it's really hard. You can't just solo a rift unless it's really like you really over-level the rift. Because the monsters that come out of the rift are usually a lot tougher than your average monsters. So the whole idea is basically you have this set of objectives that you have to achieve while you're on and around the rift, like kill X amount number of monsters that are coming out of the rift, and then it will take you to this next stage of the rift. And each rift so far has been a slightly different experience for me. I've even had this rift where I had to destroy boxes, and goblins would pop out of the boxes, and I don't know, just completely random stuff. And I like that stuff because it's very dynamic. It's very like, it's not like something you can plan. It's just like you're playing, you're questing, and all of a sudden, oh, there's a tear over there, what's going on? And all of a sudden, boom, fire rift. And you go there and you just start killing monsters, leveling up the stages, and you get rewards, which are these planner things that you eventually are supposed to exchange for gear, I would assume. Yeah, I know I'm not the most experienced Rift player, but like I said, I just started. And I've been having a lot of fun playing as a warrior. So what I did was basically I selected for my class. Oh yeah, just notice this little monster right here. This is actually an elite monster. You can tell that by the spikes around this portrait. And what I did was, like, I just charged right in, and I'm like, yeah, I'll totally take you on. I'm a tank. But I don't have a healer, so that's usually not such a good idea, dude. You're not supposed to charge these monsters head on without a healer. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to run away and try to shoot him, and no, not going to work, dude. You're dead. And then I actually clicked Soul Walk, which I really don't even know what Soul Walk is supposed to do. But yeah. And so I was just trying to do something to stay alive, but I really don't know what soul walking is. I have to check that out later on. And that's the sound you get when you close the rift. So yeah, we went through the rift, we killed the last boss, and the rift closes. And you get some rewards out of it, obviously. And also, this other thing happened while I was in the area questing, which again just completely turned me on to the game, because all this random stuff is happening while I'm questing. Like, it's not static questing. You're questing, all of a sudden, your questing zone is being invaded. And basically this message popped up indicating, we're being invaded by a life drift, we're under attack. Like you see these messages here, Rudy's wagon is under attack by Sicklehorn Patriarch. But the thing is, I still don't know all the location names, so I don't know exactly where that is. And I'm just killing myself trying to kill off this ram, and it's being really, really hard because it's somehow incredibly tough. And I was very close to dying there, but that hunter did come through for me. There was a hunter there with me. And we're basically trying to follow these green crosses on the map that you see, the crossed swords on the map, because that basically means there's an invading party from a life drift there. And we're trying to basically fend off the invaders. And we're just basically, I think that everyone here is just basically having a blast. I mean, you were out questing, then all of a sudden, all this stuff is happening around you. You have to repel the invaders and do all that stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, another ram. I'm going to try and pick that up immediately, but not doing such a good job. And then I believe that Mornay was a healer because I was receiving heals in here at some point. And after I started receiving heals, I was actually like, yeah, now I'm actually tanking. And also notice that on the top of the screen there's a button that says Merge Public Groups. You should always click that button, because what that means is basically that you're the leader of your public group and there's more public groups around. And when that button pops up, you can click that and you get a raid group going, which then you can use to seal the rift, repel the invaders, do all that kinds of group stuff. And like I was saying, the main aspect that really turned me on to this was the fact that none of this is like pre-planned, you know? None of this is like, oh yeah, this is a quest that I'm doing, an event that I triggered. No! It just started happening completely random around me, just complete chaos. And I'm like, holy crap, what the hell is going on here? Let's go ahead and kill all this stuff. And it basically makes you feel that like your actions actually have an impact, you know? As in like, yeah, I'm actually fending off these invaders from the life rift. I don't know exactly what would happen if we hadn't done it, but I assume that they would probably kill off a couple of NPCs and we would lose like merchants and certain services in the area for a while. But yeah, it kind of really turned me on. And then we actually progressed to the next stage of the rift. As you can see, that swirly thing over there on the top right corner, that indicates the state of your rift. So it indicates the stage it's in. At the moment it's in stage 4. I don't know exactly how many stages each rift has, but it's in stage 4 and it gives you a timer that keeps going down. That's the time that you have to complete the objectives that the rift gives you. And beneath it, to the left, there's a little button with a little sack. That's how you get your rift loot. So whenever that button is active, that means that there's loot there. But you don't have to hurry up and click it, because that loot will remain there even if the rift is sealed. Even after you log off, when you get back in, that loot is going to be there. The button right to the right of it is basically a leaderboard that shows who's getting more kills on that rift. And the thing on top is the number that says the stage the rift is in. As you can see, this one is in stage 5, and I believe that this is actually the last mob, and I'm just trying to tank it down while all the DPSers are nuking it. And yeah, we sealed the rift. That was actually apparently the first rift I sealed, and it was just completely awesome. So anyways, this has been Rurikhan for TGN.tv. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to visit TGN.tv for all your video gaming videos, and news.tgn.tv for all your video gaming news.